Hello everybody, it's October 11th, 2022. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut. I'm in the parking lot of Bacchus Hospital right now, and I'm gonna do another drive around Norwich, cover some streets that I haven't covered in the past. I've covered well over 90% of the streets in Norwich on a lot of my previous drives that I've done that are on my YouTube channel. You can check them out if you want to. They cover all the territory, all the roads in Norwich and other towns, but mainly I focus mainly on Norwich with these drives. I'm going to go around the back of the Bacchus Hospital again. I've done it before, but let's do that right now, because I'm here, and why not? Maybe we'll get some nice foliage to look at. Anyways, I'm going to take my time and do a random, kind of a scattered, unpredictable, we have no idea where we're going, drive around Norwich. I do have some streets, as I said, that I want to cover that I haven't covered in the past. I got to get those documented for future generations and for folks that don't live in the area anymore and want to take a look at their street where they grew up or where they used to live, or maybe a house they might have built. A lot of different scenarios, but this is mainly for archival purposes, historic purposes. Many years in the future, hopefully, people will look at these and either be able to reminisce or say, hey, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather lived in that house. I mean, that's where the action is as far as I'm concerned with these videos. But let's jump onto Lafayette Street here. And it's just right down the road here. It's a tricky spot to get out of. If you want to take a left, it's tricky. Let's take a ride down the road here a little bit. There's two streets off of Washington Street that I have not covered yet. I got to do that now. And we got a green light, so things are looking good. Right off the bat. All right, let's see. What is this? Yeah, here's one that I haven't covered. Julian Street. Or Julian Street. Let's take a slow cruise down this street here. I've not covered it. I'm covering it now. I'm happy to be getting this on the books. This is a nice street with some really nice houses. Looks like they were built probably in the early 1900s, I would say. Okay, there's another portion that there's a right turn, Julian Terrace. And we'll take a cruise up there. I don't think there's any way out of here. I got to turn around at the end of Julian Terrace, I believe. Anyways, more beautiful homes on Julian Terrace. It's a nice quiet area back here. It's kind of secluded. It's kind of close to everything, shopping and everything, but it's kind of, it's just a quiet, nice neighborhood. As I slowly cruise down Julian Terrace. Now there's something up here called Julian Terrace Extension. Do I want to go up there? I mean, I don't know. Let's try it. Speed limit 10 miles per hour, caution, speed bump. So I don't know what the deal up here is. Maybe I should just turn around. I'm going to turn around. Okay, I don't have a choice. But, man, talk about covering roads. We're covering every conceivable possible road in Norwich, Connecticut. And we're going to jump back onto... It's nice up here. We're going to jump back onto Julian Terrace. Some people decorating for Halloween. It's coming up at the end of the month. All right, let's take a very slow cruise. People can look at their homes that they used to live in. I mean, there are some really nice houses, big front porches, and this is a street that, you know, there's no traffic. I mean, it's just if you live here, that's it. Really nice. A hidden gem in Norwich, Connecticut. Some arts and crafts style homes. I mean, these houses were, you know, these are, the one on my right, I think it's an arts and crafts house, an absolutely beautiful house. I mean, people who built these homes back in the day had some money. These are impressive properties. Straight ahead is a unique view of Bacchus Hospital. I don't know if you can see it through those trees. You can get a glimpse. I'm going to take a right. I think there's another street up here that I have yet to cover because it's difficult. It's a dead end. Bliss Place. Let's do it. Let's put it in the books right here. It says right there, you are entering a historic district. Anyways, let's take a slow cruise up Bliss Place. I feel good about covering territory that I have not previously covered. Really nice houses again on Bliss Place. Kind of reminiscent of Julian Terrace. All right, there's a street up here called Prunser Court, but it's not really that's just a kind of a little section there. It's not drivable, let's put it that way. I'm going to turn around here. It's just basically somebody's house, and there's a sign back there that indicates a small street. But this Bliss Place, let's take in the opposite direction, take a nice slow cruise. We can see all these homes. Get a good look at them. Big skeleton out there to my right. Halloween decoration. And there's Bacchus again to our left. Big parking lot. Bacchus is always packed. All right, for me to go left is almost an impossibility, so I'm going to go. I don't have much of a choice. I could wait here forever if I wanted to go left, but that's not happening. So I'll take a right. As I wait for traffic to kind of slow down just a touch. Maybe somebody will let me go. I doubt it. So far, no go. The guy's got a Jaguar. He doesn't seem to want to let me go, but that's okay. I'll get out. And we got a red light, so we're on Washington Street. We're getting from Bliss Place on to Washington Street. And then we will cover another street down off of, I believe, Washington Street, down towards the city. There might be one or two that I have yet to cover down there. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get down there. I can't exactly take a U-turn here. And I don't want to go too off the beaten path here. I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm on Washington Street. I mean, I call it Washington Street Extension, but it's actually, they got rid of the extension part. Now it's just Washington Street, which is beautiful with many older homes dating back to the 1700s, 1800s, early, mid 1700s. It's kind of an incredible, all right, let's see, do not enter. I gotta go down, yeah. jump back on Washington Street. This is Lathrop Lane, in case anybody's wondering. This is going to be a real tight turn. All right, Lowthorpe Meadows to my right. I did a video, I walked around there, and again, it's on my YouTube channel. If you're watching this, hopefully you're familiar with some of my other videos. I'm going to go straight to jump back onto Washington, which is something I almost never do. If I can avoid it, I will, because it's extremely difficult to get out. But I figured it'll give us a different view, a different perspective. Let me kind of whip around a little bit, get a shot of Leffingwell Inn, which is a beautiful place that I highly recommend you visit. It's a gorgeous building that was constructed, I believe, in the 1700s. I don't know the technicals on it, but it's, you know, the George Washington era. If you want to see what life was like back in those days, then you can't miss the Leffingwell Inn. They have all kind of events down there, and school buses are coming by at an increasingly high rate, so that tells me school's out. All right, now I got to jump across. That's why I never come down this road. But I think I can do it. I mean, it's probably not impossible. See that? You just whip right out there. You do need to be a touch aggressive with your driving to get out of that Washington Street extension, as I like to call it. But okay, I'm back on Washington Street proper. We're going to head down, do a couple of streets that I have not covered. And again, there might be a dead end. There are a couple of dead ends. It's, you know, a little tricky. A lot of times I got to turn around in people's driveways and things like that. And sometimes folks aren't too thrilled about it. But that's all part of the game. If I want to cover all the roads in Norwich and all these, grab all these memories and document, you know, history in the year 2022, what it's like to, you know, be in a vehicle driving down the road, then that's what I got to do. And we're going to cruise down past Bacchus to our right again. And we got to look at all these school buses. So if you're looking at this video a couple of 100 years from now, that's what school buses look like in the year 2022 in the United States of America, at least in Norwich, Connecticut. So I think we'll see an uptick in traffic, kids walking down the road, getting out of school. Everybody looking at their phones. They're all walking along just kind of staring at their phones. Not all of them, but I would say the vast majority are engaging in the walking and looking at the phone. Well, look at that. There's some people over there actually talking and not looking at their phones. Nice. You don't see that too often. I got a motorcycle right in front of me. Looks like a Harley Davidson. All right, let's head down to the other end of Washington Street and cover those streets that I have yet to cover. We can't neglect anything. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get every single solitary street documented in the city of Norwich. There's one off Asylum Street. I forget the name of it, but it's so short. I'll have to go up the street, you know, a few car lengths, and then back onto Asylum Street, which is going to be extremely difficult. That's why I've avoided that one. I think it's just, that might be one. I might have to walk up it if I'm really that dedicated to document every street. because there's on-street parking. It's extremely narrow, so it's very difficult. All right, I got to keep my eyes open here. I'm looking for that street that I want to cover. Taylor's Drive to my right. I've covered that. If you look hard enough, you'll find your street in my videos somewhere. All right, here it is. Here's 1 Hyantic Street. Okay, this is kind of a dead end or whatever. Let me see what this thing says down here. Road closed. Well, that's all right. Let's just point down here. If I went straight ahead, that would bring me to the Hyantic River. So I'm going to have to back up. See, this is probably the reason I didn't do a lot of these streets, is because you have to, do some serious maneuvering to get in and out of here. They got beautiful walls you can see right in front of us on this street. There's a woman out here probably waiting for her kid to get home from school. All right, we covered that. We've never did it before. We did it. We're getting some serious coverage in the books here. Hyantic Street. Let's see if anybody will be nice and let me go. Meanwhile, there's a couple of guys across the street playing around, and we'll pick that up on video. Okay, I'm jumping into the traffic. A nice gentleman back there is letting me go. Thank you. As I keep my eyes peeled. Okay, good. Traffic's slowing down. That's kind of a plus right now. It's going to give me the ability to hone in on that road that I want to cover. It's coming up here pretty soon. It's on the corner of, actually on the corner of the street that I'm going to drive down. It's on my right. Is Dr. Cassidy's former home. He's apparently a well-known doctor in Norwich, back many, many years ago. And I think, I don't know if the house is for sale or somebody's going to be restoring it, or I think there was some talk in the news recently about maybe a restoration project going on there. I really am not 100% sure on that, but we're heading in the direction of Dr. Cassidy's house. I'll point it out to you when I turn down that street. Some slow going here. I guess, I've never really been in the middle of this NFA traffic before, heading down city, down to the kind of the heart of Norwich. This is the first time I've been down in a traffic jam this large heading into the city. Unless there's fireworks or some, big festival or something going on, but all right, what do we have? Well, wait a minute. Here's another one I got to get down. Sturdivant Avenue. I don't have a choice. I have to go down there. And there's another guy across this from me who's turning into Sturdivant Avenue. All right. Here's Sturdivant Avenue. We slowly cruise down Sturdivant Avenue with somebody right smack on my tail. There's something over here that says no outlet. Okay, that brings me down to the Hyantic River. Dead end. Wow. There it is. If my brakes fail, I'll plunge into the Hyantic River, but seems like they're holding up pretty well right now. This is like the Heritage Trail or something right there. You can see some of that I'm on. I think it's called the Heritage Trail. It's a beautiful trail in Norwich. It goes along the Hyantic River, and you can come down and walk, and it's kind of fun. I've done it many, many times. Okay, this is definitely a steep hill we're going to be going up here in a second. And there's a road to my left that I want to cover that is going to be tricky. Tyler Avenue, because I believe there's no outlet. And man, I'm going straight up. I mean, this is ridiculous. Ooh. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's no outlet here, I don't think. There's another avenue down here I haven't covered. Watercress Avenue. Maybe I should go up Watercress. I mean, in order for me to cover everything, I just got to go up these little tiny streets, and this is what I'm doing. I mean, maybe you can get a view of some of the backs of these buildings or whatever. I'm going to turn around right here. I mean, I got what I consider a large car that I'm driving around in right now. So some of this maneuvering it's a little tight. All right, Watercress. Does it go straight down that hill? Well, I got to go right if I want to cover everything here. And then, of course, I got to find somewhere to turn around, which won't be easy. Whoa. This is this is like game over. When this thing comes to an end, this thing comes to an end. There's more of the Heritage Trail. Some guy working with a chainsaw over there behind me. I gotta be careful around here. I don't want any of these trees to fall on me. All right. We're on Tyler Avenue right now. This is kind of a big get for me. I mean, I wasn't sure I could maneuver down the end of this thing. And covering Watercress Avenue was also pretty cool. Let me take a look to my right. I potentially could get down here. I mean, this is Watercress. I mean, I'm going above, way above and beyond. I mean, this is like off the charts here. I gotta turn around. There's the Hyantic River again, right in front of me. Private property, no trespassing signs all over the place. I get the distinct impression people do not want me turning around in their driveway down here, but I literally have no choice unless I back up all the way up the street, which I'm not going to do. You know, this is pretty cool. If you live down here, you're living right on the Hyantic River. On Watercress, what is it, Avenue? Let me check that sign when I get up there again. Watercress Avenue, yeah. Well, if you ever lived on Watercress Avenue, I just covered it for you. As we head back to Sturdivant Avenue, and we're going to take a left. I told you I was going to point out Dr. Cassidy's old mansion that he used to live in. Okay, wait a minute. Goldberg Avenue. There's another one I've never covered. This little pocket back here. It's a cool neighborhood. Really nice old homes. Again, built probably in the early 1900s, 1920s, 30s, maybe 1910, you know. Wow, this is I'm hitting some pay dirt here today, folks. I didn't know I was going to be covering all this territory that I haven't before. Maybe this Goldberg Avenue leads into Maple Grove Avenue. Let's go right down the end of this thing. There's a nice Corvette in front of us. All right. Okay, if I get on the end, that leads to the Heritage Trail, and I can't turn around down there, so I'm going to have to turn around in this guy's driveway again. Which never thrills me too much because it's so narrow down here. I mean, it's like, woof. I mean, it's tighter than a drum, but I made it. So we did Goldberg Avenue. This is Maple Grove Avenue as we slowly proceed up the hill. Now, to the right, I gotta almost come to a stop here. Let's see, there it is. There's Dr. Cassidy's house to the right, the extreme right. It's in disrepair, but apparently, I think restoration is in the offing soon, hopefully. I have to take a right. It's a beautiful structure directly in front of me. All right, back into the heavy-duty traffic. You know what? I'm going to go up School Street. I've gone down School Street many times in the past on these drives. I don't ever recall going up School Street, so that'll give us a different perspective. All right. This is School Street. Let's see if I can cover any uncovered territory back here. I think I've covered it all, but I'm going to go real slow. There's nobody on my tail, so we can just take our time, cruise, take a look around. The mailman's to my left over there. Okay, what is this? Is this a street or what? Yeah, it is, and it's steep. Good Lord. I mean, hopefully my car won't flip over. John Street. Another one I've never covered. This is, I'm having a good day right now. This is John Street. And it's straight up. This is kind of the jail. When I was a kid, it was known as the Jail Hill area. And when I say hill, I mean hill. This thing is straight up. I mean, this car is shifting. And all right, this leads into Happy Street. I like the name of that, Happy Street. Now, what happens if I go left down here? I mean, I'm covering, guys, this is insane above and beyond the call of duty. What is this? Driveway something? All right, let's get a glimpse of that thing if that matters to anybody. I hope it does, because I got to turn around on Happy Street here. And again, it is tight. These roads were built back in the days when a lot of people didn't have cars, if any. Most people didn't have cars. If you go back far enough, you might have possibly owned a horse up here to get around. But the streets are narrow. And I'm on Happy Street, and I'm going to go down the length of it right now. Never done that before. We're capturing some really, really nice stuff today. As we cruise down Happy Street. Wait a minute, we got another street, Fountain Street. How do I want to approach that? I want to do the full length of Fountain. So that means I got to Let me go all the way down Happy Street. All right, we'll jump onto Cedar. We'll take a right. We've done Cedar before. There's some really cool houses up here, like that one right in front of us, that pink. That's nice. All right, let's see here. All right, we got to do Fountain. I don't recall doing Fountain in the past, so I'm going to go down Cedar. And we should get a really nice view, if I'm not mistaken, of, yeah, there it is, the Norwich Harbor. The Norwich Marina is down there. Thames, the Thames River. I'm going to really, there's nobody behind me. Let's soak this in. This is a beautiful view on a nice sunny day. That's nice, yeah, right there. Hopefully it's, hopefully you can get a good look at that. I mean, to me, to the naked eye, it looks absolutely beautiful. We're going to go down School Street again, and I'm going to try to pick up Thermos Apartments are way in the distance there. I don't know if you can see that, but let's figure this thing out. We got down School Street. My goal is to go up the length of Fountain Street. As I cruise and weave my way through these narrow streets. There it is, Fountain Street. Let's do it. I don't ever recall capturing Fountain Street. Hey, this is cool. Some guys doing work on a house over here. More nice houses, old homes. A beautiful sunny day driving up Fountain Street in Norwich, Connecticut. Oh, that's great. I'm very happy to. This is more than I expected. I expected to pick up 3 streets today that I had in mind, but that I hadn't recorded in the past, but I happen to run across a bunch that I completely missed in the past. Here's another one. What is this? Old Division Street. Let's do it. I'm not aware that Old Division Street. I've heard of Division Street. This is Old Division Street. Okay, it just ends. It comes to a complete dead end. It doesn't say dead end that I saw. Nice houses down here, beautiful front porch, nice and quiet up here. Hopefully we can grab some of this foliage, these trees right there. Beautiful colors. And all right, we did another. I mean, this is a banner day for one of these drives. Old Division Street in the books. High definition 4K video as we jump back onto Fountain Street. Fountain leads back to Cedar. Okay. Wow. All right. Again, this is real tricky to get out of here. You got to keep your eyes open. Look both ways, and it's a nice autumn scene right there. You know what? I'm going to go down Buckingham Avenue. I've gone up it a couple times. I've never gone down Buckingham. It's literally the steepest street that I know of in Norwich. I mean, some of the other ones we just did are strict competition, so don't quote me here, but Buckingham Avenue, which I'm going down right now, oh, nice and level. Perfect. Not for long. Okay. I don't know how the camera, I mean, if you're in a vehicle driving down this street right now like I'm doing, I get the sensation of going straight down. Like right here is like straight down. Okay, there's a slight leveling off and then boom, straight down again. my brakes. Beautiful. I think we're going to jump back out onto Washington, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Washington. Look at the beautiful Victorian houses and things on Washington Street. And the traffic from NFA and the schools and all that is over. All right, let's go up Green Avenue. We're on Green Avenue right now. Buckingham School used to be to my left, but it's been since demolished not long ago. I mean, few years ago. Not sure the exact time frame on that, but it's no longer there. It's been erased and eradicated from the planet. Back onto Cedar Street. All roads lead to Cedar Street. Okay, now, I covered so much territory. I'm so happy about all that. There it is to my left, what used to be Buckingham. You know what? Nah, I can't drive in there. It's all fenced off, or they have a chain there. I can't get in, but that would have been nice. All right, let's go up Broad. I'm trying to think here. Again, this drive turned out to be a little bit... I just planned to do a bunch of, freestyle, random driving around type of stuff, and I ended up really documenting some important streets that I've never touched before. It might only be of interest to a limited audience, I realize that, but if you're one of the folks that did live on one of those streets, then I think you're going to like it. If I go left, I head up to Mohegan Park area. If I go right, I head down City. I'm going to go right and just see what I can grab down here. Let's see if I missed anything on this in this section. I don't think so. I would be extremely surprised if I missed any roads. But if I run into anything that I can drive around, maybe an old business with a parking lot or whatever, I'll do that. Spalding Street to my left. We've done it. We've done it all. Otis Street to my right. Covered these multiple times. It's important to get everything in my opinion. All right, what is this? This is the Armory used to be here. Let me pull in here. It used to be right in front of me. Now there's nothing. The Armory. It was a beautiful building. It was a castle-like structure, and it was right there. It's just completely 100% gone. There's a road there in front of me. It says Barbara White Way. It's not really, let me get on Barbara White Way. It's kind of a tongue twister. So if I go up here, it's a little rough on this section. Norwich Fire Department Mass Decontamination Unit, that red vehicle right there. Emergency Management Support Facility. Okay. This, I don't even know if this is an official road, but there is a sign there, so it must be. Barbara White Way. There's a car in front of me. I guess I'm going to have to go around this person. There's another completely unexpected road that I covered that I did not plan to cover. Let's take a left. This used to be a dealership, maybe Buick or Whoa, it's real rough in here. I gotta, I don't want to destroy my car or do any damage to this thing. But anyways, if you, I don't know, Buick, or I think it was Buick. I'm not positive, but I'm fairly sure that this was a Buick dealership back in the old days. Now there is a car wash across the street, and I don't, let me see if the name of that, auto detailing, let me see, is there a name on that? Hand car wash and detail, now open. Okay, Magic Touch Hand car wash, self-service. I hear those guys are like the best in Norwich. I've read that. Those guys were the best of the best right there. So Delia's Bakery and Grinder Shop to my right. Okay, let me see here. Well, I could throw some City of Norwich stuff in there. I always have a tendency to gravitate towards the heart of the city. And that roundabout, everybody knows how much I love the roundabout down there. There are some nice restaurants down here, some bars. They have entertainment to my right. These Guys Brewing Company and Foundry 66. What is this thing? Coffee. I just, there's a lot of nice businesses down here. All right, so I can go straight. Young lady crossing the street in front of me. I'm going to go on the roundabout, folks. I've done it many, many times before, but I love it. And I'm going to go all the way around this thing. And the person yielded. I got a big, huge truck right in front of me. And he's on the portion in the center of the roundabout that cars aren't really allowed to go on, so everybody's following the proper procedures down here, which is nice to see. Let's head up Bath Street. And we get some nice views. It's always good to get a nice view of City Hall up here. And there's a shot of City Hall. You can see a portion of it. The sun shining right on it. It's beautiful. I'm on Broadway right now. I've covered this Broadway and this territory several times on my past videos. I'm able to take a nice slow cruise up here right now because there's nobody on my tail, so that's good for soaking in the scenery as I'm driving. I like the lighting shining on those buildings right now. It looks beautiful. As we cruise down the road on a gorgeous sunny day in autumn 2022, Norwich, Connecticut. St. Patrick's Cathedral on my right. It's an architectural marvel, one of the gems of Norwich. I slowly cruise down. I'm lucky there's nobody on my tail because I'm not really moving too quick. I might have to pick up the pace a little bit here. Nice foliage to my left, that beautiful maple tree. It's an old maple tree. More maple trees on my right, and I don't know if it's at peak or maybe a little past peak on some of those trees, but Chelsea Parade to my right. Home of the former Rose Arts Festival. I mean, I think they still do it, but I'm hearkening back to the days when they had the big tent out there, and they had all the great performers. They had they had a beer fest out there, and they had a big formal ball where all the town's people, the executives and the mayor and the city council and the big doctors and, the real high-powered people in Norwich used to attend that ball every year. Back when I was a kid. I'm on Sachem Street right now. Slowly cruising. I'm going to try to take a little turn up the road here. Let's see what happens. It's Sherman Street Bridge is out. It's under construction. There was some demolition going on down there over the past month or so. It blasted out one of the bridges. There's two bridges. One right in front of the other. But I don't know if I'm allowed down there. It says bridge closed. Well, let's see what... I think I can get down there, but I just have to turn around. Yeah. Let's see if I can... I just want to get a gander. I mean, not too many people come down here. Well, they have to, though. There's Charlie and Doug Auto Service to my left. They're one of the best around. All right, massage therapy, freehold, quality of life massage. Yeah, there's businesses down here. So this is... what do they have? Classes? What is this thing? Sherman Street classes, parties, all ages. Looks like stuff for kids. There's an orthodontist down here. The Haitian Health Foundation to my right. They're one of the best charities. 100% of the money goes to the Haitian people. Look at this. I want to just catch some of this with my camera. That's some of what it looks like down here. That Sherman Street Bridge. One of the bridges is 100% gone. So there's stuff happening. But I got to turn around. Let me go through this orthodontist... what is it called? Family orthodontist on Sherman Street. All right. Let's see. Dr. Jeremiah Lowney, Jennifer Lowney, Susan Davis, orthodontist. I think the Lowneys are the folks that founded the Haitian Health Foundation, which is a spectacular, phenomenal charity that helps Haitian people. I mentioned it earlier, but boy. Okay, so they're located right across the street from each other. Interesting. That was kind of cool. All right, what else do we got? Let's see. Let's take a right off of Sherman Street onto an unmarked street. What is... I got to figure the name of this one out. Well, this... It says Sherman Street on my GPS. I guess... Yeah, there's no... Okay, there's no sign. I'm going on to Hyantic either Hyantic Street or Hyantic Court. Let me find out in a second here. Yeah, I gotta wait for my GPS to kick in a little bit. We're at Uncas Leap Heritage Site Parking. Hyantic Falls, Indian Leap. Okay, we're on Hyantic Street. And if I keep going straight, it's going to bring me down to condominiums or apartments. I think they're condos. It's a beautiful old mill that they turned into, it's called Falls Mill. Oh, wait a minute, there's a sign. Historic Falls Mill Riverfront Condominiums. Let's take a ride down into the parking lot. Private property, no trespassing. Okay. I'm not supposed to be down here. It's all right. We've done it before. Private property, do not trespass. All violators will be towed. Well, hopefully I can pick up that big chimney stack as we work our way out of here. But anyways, there's the Falls Mill condominiums. Solid brick construction, beautiful old mill, completely converted several years ago. And that trail I mentioned earlier, let's take a right. I can't go far. I think it's just gonna turn me around in a circle instantly. But right there, straight ahead, is that, I don't know, Heritage Trail, I think it's called. It leads all the way down to the city of Norwich. It parallels the Hyantic River. There's signs. I can see a sign here that tells the history of everything. I recommend, if you like hiking and, you know, there's a lot of beautiful nature or scenery of the Hyantic River and wooded areas, a beautiful path. And there's also a lot of historic property and, you know, a lot of like little plaques that'll tell you all the way down different sites, mills and old famous buildings and things like that will you know, be of interest to folks that enjoy that type of thing. As I slowly cruise up Hyantic Street, more brick condominiums or apartments to my right. A lot of those, you know, back when that mill back there was in full force, were occupied by employees of that mill. As I turn the corner, you'll see another one. Beautiful brick. I love brick homes. They're rock solid. You don't have to worry about those things falling apart, I'll tell you that much. All right. Let's take a left. I just want to confirm that this is part of Sherman Street. I want to see if my GPS, it's not marked. This is an unmarked street. So it says Sherman Street. So, all right, we've confirmed that. Straight ahead is a Phillies, a Taste of Philadelphia sandwiches. People love the food there, the sandwiches they have. They rave about those. Beautiful restaurant, Cangio restaurant and bar to my left. There's dentists on this street. There's doctors to my left, pediatrician, you know, everything. Backus Hospital is right down the road, so you're going to get all kinds of doctors, dentists, lawyers. Everybody's up here. Folks, we covered a lot of territory today, a lot of unexpected gems as far as I'm concerned. Little streets. I know I did a lot of backing around, and, you know, it might be kind of boring if you never lived on that street or you're unfamiliar with that area, but I try to throw in some other stuff for the general audience. But if folks lived on the streets that I just went over, these obscure little, you know, kind of one-way and cul-de-sac areas, then that's for you. This video is for you. I did it for you. I did it for history. I did it for a lot of reasons, but I just feel that everything needs to be covered. I can't think of a street in Norwich I haven't covered. They're out there. As I discovered today, they're out there. Johnson's Flower Shop directly in front of us, by the way. I always like to point that out. It's been there. My whole life, I can never remember a time when it wasn't there. Let's put it that way. But I'm really happy that we covered all of those streets that I have yet to cover on my videos. The weather is perfect. I'm going to fire up this video. I'm going to edit this thing when I get home. Put everything together and upload it to YouTube, and hopefully you'll watch it. You're watching it now. And if you are, I appreciate it very, very much. I think it's time we're going to shut this thing down. We've come full circle. I started in the parking lot to my left, so I'm heading up to kind of a red light, kind of a little traffic jam here. Seems like a good time to close up shop right about now. Thanks for joining me, folks.